Los Angeles, home to the famed Hollywood film industry, has been depicted as a city under siege in numerous films. Whether it's catastrophic earthquakes, menacing tsunamis, powerful tornadoes, or alien invasions, Hollywood has showcased the city's resilience through various calamities. However, in reality, the city now faces a genuine and devastating disaster: relentless wildfires. Recently, Los Angeles has been engulfed by raging fires, presenting scenes that are genuinely heart-wrenching. One particularly terrifying sight was a fire tornado in the Palisades area. A haunting video emerged, recorded by a man trapped in his home as the flames encroached upon his residence. Fortunately, the man was rescued by firefighters in time, but many others were not as lucky. So far, at least 24 lives have been lost, and the fire has scorched approximately 40,000 acres of land. The fire has been raging for over a week, with no signs of abating as I record this video. Over 12,000 buildings have been reduced to ashes, countless homes have been destroyed, and more than 180,000 people have been displaced. Nearly 200,000 people have received evacuation notices. According to estimates by J.P. Morgan, the economic loss due to these fires is expected to reach a staggering $50 billion. This disaster is not confined to a single fire. Multiple blazes have erupted across different locations. The fire in the Palisades area started on the morning of January 7th. That same night, fires broke out in Eaton and Hearst as well. By January 9th, Kenneth was also engulfed in flames, along with other areas like Lydia, Archer, Woodley, and Sunset. By the morning of January 12th, the Lady Fire had been completely contained, Kenneth Fire was 90% under control, and Hearst Fire was 76% contained. However, the Eden Fire was only 15% contained, and the Palisades Fire was barely 11% under control. The most shocking aspect of this entire event is that it is happening in January, a month typically characterized by cooler temperatures and the highest rainfall of the year in Los Angeles. Yet, despite the winter season, the city is witnessing such devastating wildfires. How is this possible? The answer lies in a larger conspiracy linked to climate change, which we'll explore further in this video. The role of geography and climate conditions. From a geographical perspective, the lack of rainfall in Southern California this year has been cited as a major reason. Reduced humidity and dried-up vegetation have created highly flammable conditions. Additionally, powerful Santa Ana winds have exacerbated the fire weather, making the situation worse. The geography of the western coast of the United States, particularly the presence of the Rocky Mountains and the low-pressure areas along California's coast, contribute to these conditions. As winds descend from the mountains, they warm up, and their humidity drops below 10%. This warm, dry air further dries out the vegetation, significantly increasing the risk of wildfires. Even a small spark can ignite a large fire that spreads rapidly. The real culprit, climate change. The underlying cause of these conditions is climate change. According to climate scientist Peter Kalmus, who once lived in Altadena, Los Angeles, the region's changing climate is undeniable. In a New York Times article, Kalmus revealed a grim reality, exposing the negligence of powerful entities in addressing climate change. In 2023, the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service reported that it was the hottest year on record, with global temperatures rising 1.48 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Climate scientists had predicted such extreme conditions long before they became a reality. This was not an anomaly but rather a trajectory of climate change. By December 2023, greenhouse gas levels, global temperatures, and sea level rise were at record highs, while Antarctic sea ice reached record lows. The United Nations Annual Climate Summit, COP28, highlighted the urgent need to phase out fossil fuels. However, despite promises, emissions from coal, oil, and gas increased by 0.8% in 2024, further contributing to the crisis. The unprecedented heatwave 2024 shattered previous records, becoming the hottest year on record. From June 2023 to August 2024, global temperatures consistently broke new records. NASA scientists described this as an unprecedented heat streak. The United Nations had previously warned about crossing a global warming threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, predicting catastrophic damage if exceeded. Sadly, this threshold has already been surpassed. The impact on Los Angeles. Experts now believe that climate change played a significant role in the wildfires that ravaged Los Angeles. October 2024 was the second hottest month ever recorded in California, with June and July being the hottest. Southern California experienced a severe drought after July, with no rainfall for months. The dry conditions, combined with powerful Santa Ana winds, created a perfect storm for wildfires. The fires in Southern California are not a new phenomenon. They are a part of the natural ecosystem, with some plants and animals depending on periodic fires for ecological balance. However, the intensity and frequency of recent wildfires are unprecedented, driven by human-caused climate change. Human triggers and climate influence. While natural causes like lightning strikes can ignite wildfires, human activities are responsible for 85% of wildfires in the United States. Roadside ignitions, sparks from machinery, and neglected campfires are common human triggers. In the case of the recent Palisades fire, fireworks from New Year's celebrations are suspected to be the trigger. Despite these human triggers, the overarching influence of climate change cannot be ignored. Over the past decade, the number of fire weather days in California has increased significantly. Extreme wildfires covering more than 10,000 acres have become 25% more frequent since pre-industrial times. A call to action. The situation in Los Angeles is a stark reminder of the urgent need to address climate change. Scientists like Peter Kalmus have been sounding the alarm for years, urging governments and individuals to take action. The devastating wildfires are not just a local issue but a global crisis that demands immediate attention. In conclusion, the recent wildfires in Los Angeles are a wake-up call for all of us. The time to act on climate change is now. We must reduce our carbon footprint, transition to renewable energy, and implement sustainable practices to protect our planet for future generations. The survival of our ecosystems and communities depends on it.